This is my 2007 Lotus Elise SC. And it's almost the perfect B-road blaster and track day car. There's just one problem. You see, my Elise SC is actually a 111R. Previous owner had fitted with the official Lotus Supercharger upgrade. This utilises a teeny weeny itsy yellow polka dot bikini MP45 with an integrated manifold. Most of the time this is great. Power and torque are up to 217 horsepower and 156 pounds-feet from 189 horsepower and 133 pounds-feet. That's a good chunk in a car weighing around 900 kilograms. However, the Lotus MP45 bolted to this 2ZZG, well, it's not intercooled. Oh no! And that means the compressed air from the supercharger has no way to cool itself down before it goes into the intake. So, when the car gets heat soaked after, say, sitting in traffic or a few laps on track, it has no way to shed this excess heat. The car pulls time in to protect the engine, and there is a noticeable drop in power. And that's where this comes in. This is an MP62 supercharger, which is technically the next size up from the MP45, and also the same supercharger that was found on the Lotus Exige, which is not only larger, so it can flow more air, but it doesn't have an integrated intake manifold. Shut up! Which means we can use a separate intake manifold to run the air through an intercooler before it goes into the engine. Thus, we can avoid the heat soak issues that plague the Elise SC and that little MP45 supercharger. Besides, a little more power never hurt anyone, right? Oh. Yeah. Now, fitting this isn't as simple as just bolting it on and off you go, whining into the distance. We're going to need a ton of mods to achieve our goals. So, what is the goal anyway? Well, that's 300 flywheel horsepower and 900 kilograms. To put that into perspective, that's a higher power to weight ratio than the Cayman GT4 or the V6 Lotus Emira. It so transpires that taking a car that's a bit supercharged and making it more supercharged takes rather a lot of parts. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to the lilac carpet of bankruptcy. As you saw before, we have the MP62 supercharger itself, but with the intake adapter, outlet and intake manifold, along with a new engine mount to allow for battle clearance, and also a new dipstick tube to run behind the supercharger. There's an ITG Maxigen induction kit, along with catch cans. We have a very nice Pro Alloy charge cooler kit, which includes the core itself, the radiator, tank for the water, some intake tubes, pump, radiator fans for the charge cooler radiator, and lots of other hoses, fixings, everything you need for the kit. Whilst fuel inside, we have an ECU Master EMU Black plug and play to run everything, along with wideband, 550cc injectors, and a Spitfire uprated fuel pump unit that's going to go into a Pro Alloy baffle tank. There you have it. That's more or less everything needed to blow up a Toyota 2ZZGE C64 gearbox. Over this series, I'll run you through all the mods I've already made to this Elise, and then we'll get it on the dyno and see what power it's making in its current form. After that, we'll tear into this little beauty, starting with taking off the front and the rear clamps. I really want to share this content with you guys because there's very little Lotus content out there really, especially when it comes to larger modifications such as supercharged conversions, engine conversions. There's really not much documented. Please consider subscribing if you don't want to miss any of the mistakes that I'll inevitably make along the way. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.